Life's a party. Life's always a party. Let's go.
Let's go, baby. How we doing today?
You're really getting pumped up over there.
Today, good show. As always.
You're
Good show. I feel good today, dude.
You got a new mic today, Paul.
We were messing with the mics a little bit.
It looks like a bomb.
This is a snowball. A little snowball microphone. Hopefully it sounds good.
Speaking of snowballs, we haven't experienced Christmas yet, so we don't have any stories to tell you about what went down, but we did have Paulie's birthday.
Yeah, that's true, baby. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Paulie.
Thank you out there. Thank you.
What's funny is, like, once you turn 21, like, after you turn your 21st birthday, you don't really get together with your friends you go out with your couple friends, but you don't have a sit-down birthday. Paul had his little hat on.
That's true.
He got some cake. We sang to him, turned the lights off, cut cake, had a meal together in his house.
It was nice, man.
It was like bringing back memories of a seventh grade or 7-year-old birthday party.
There you go. A little younger. Yeah, we had some cake. It was nice. My parents were there. I had my friends that were there. My girlfriend was there. Sister was there.
I don't know. You might have forgot of how many Fireball shots you took.
Yeah,
you might have forgot about the night.
We definitely started drinking. Fireball is our best friend and worst enemy.
I didn't get you a gift, but someone did get you a gift for your birthday, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, so good.
Look at that. I served it up to you.
Basically, yeah, if you're checking out on YouTube here, if you're checking out on video, we got a Funko Pop right here that looks like me.
And you're into these things. Like, you collect them.
Yeah, I mean,
you have Tiger Woods you've posted before on either your personal account or our Life's Party account.
Yeah.
You have, I don't know, what else you have?
Dude, I have over 150 of
Carson
these.
Wentz you have, I know you have.
But I do.
But this one.
Have brought some on the show here before. Gritty's on the show.
Gritty's one.
We have some. I have some Avatar that have been on the show before. The Last Airbender. But this guy's special.
He's something.
He's special because he's a Pop Funko that has been designed specifically with me in mind. Yours truly.
He's a lot better looking than you. I might have to admit.
He's based off a good-looking person, so that's all I can say. But I appreciate the gift. If you're ever looking to do something custom for like significant other, best friend. Those custom items are really cool. So, Funko. Or people, whoever created this, I thank you.
Yeah, it's a great gift.
First thing talking about on the show here is a segment that we like to call
butt plugs. That's the first. that's the first segment. We're gonna talk about butt plugs.
That's not what's happening. We're talking about overrated or underrated. Is the first segment of the show. Basically, how this is gonna work. It's a little game. Ryan and I will be going down a list of random things. And we'll state whether we think the thing is overrated or underrated.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah, so that's basically, we're going to go all over the place. There's going to be a bunch of little different items.
Yeah, these things look like they're just like pulled out of the woodwork, like it's all over the place. So the first one is pizza.
Okay.
Right? So is pizza overrated or underrated, Paul? You're a big pizza guy.
I am, and I think pizza is underrated. I think it's literally the best thing ever invented.
I think we're both really big pizza lovers, and I really do think that pizza is underrated because there are pizza haters out there.
There are, and I think you could do a lot with pizza. I mean,
different toppings,
clearly,
different styles.
You got the plain, but clearly, like, you can do a lot more. I've seen people get super creative with pizza. I love like bar pizza. It's a little thinner.
Right. They're very different
deep
styles.
Dish pizza, the Chicago.
There's a bunch of styles. It's really remarkable how good pizza is.
You're not wrong. Like I mean, we laugh about it.
It's a masterpiece.
But it literally is.
Where did it originate from? Is like Italy? We're gonna have to. We need in this show a fact checker.
Okay.
We need if you're out there and want to be a part of Life's a Party, we'll get a fact checker. So I'll be like, "Yo, Billy, pizza, where did it originate from?"
Well, basically.
And he'd be like, "Italy." I'll be like, "Okay, thank you, Billy." Billy came in and he said that pizza originated from Italy.
Every time we have a question on the show, because we do it a bunch.
Yeah, we do.
On the show, we're like, oh, we don't know this, and then we don't even look it up, though we have computers in front of us.
We need a fact checker.
So there you go.
Well, we're not that big yet.
If you're interested.
A couple more TikToks, and maybe we'll have a fact checker.
Okay. Yeah, let us know. You can apply for the position.
All right, what's the second one?
Second one we have is cuddling.
Cuddling. Is cuddling overrated? It's definitely not overrated. I think it's underrated as well. Actually, is it though? We got to think of a middle point here, because I think a lot of people appreciate cuddling. I don't really know anybody who doesn't like to cuddle. But
I like to cuddle, but I'm a big fan of being the little spoon. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think men need to be the little spoon more, and I think women need to accept that we just want to be held. You know
agree.
what I mean?
Because I can't fall asleep if I'm the big spoon. But once I transform to the little spoon,
Boom.
I'm out. I'm cold. So I agree with you. I think we have to normalize men being the little spoon.
I agree. Hashtag make men the little spoon. There you go.
Oh, man. I'm with you on that. 100%. Little spoon.
Next thing, is it overrated or underrated? The movie Titanic.
I'm going underrated on. Oh, wait. I'm going overrated. Sorry.
I'm going overrated as well.
I've never seen it.
Me neither.
But I accidentally said underrated. It's overrated because I haven't seen it. Because I get everyone knows the story, and you see a lot of it on social media, and you know how it plays out. And then you also know it's a 3-hour movie, right? Isn't it a long one?
It's long. Yeah, it's definitely
I'm just
long.
not enthused. Like, I'm a big Leo DiCaprio guy, but the Titanic doesn't intrigue me to go watch it. After all these years, I still have never seen it.
I think just the pure length of it,
Yeah.
deters me from it. Just because I know if I don't like it half an hour in, I'm stuck there for a while. So I think that's probably the main reason I've never checked out the Titanic before. So I'm going to go, it's overrated as well.
Overrated. So overrated for us is a movie where we would want to be the little spoon.
Yes.
Because we would want to go to bed.
Agreed.
All right. The next one, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. They're both a series. Overrated or underrated, Paul?
I'm not a fan of The Bachelor, but I know a lot of people are.
I am. Big fan.
I know a lot
Underrated.
of people are. Okay.
I love The Bachelor. I love The Bachelorette. I love Bachelor in Paradise. They had Bachelor Olympics. I've seen that.
You're Bachelor Nation hardcore.
Bachelor Nation. And I also like a lot of the people I know. There's guys that watch it that I know, and they do like family pools, right?
Yeah.
So you know Big Brother.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that kind of, or like Survivor. You make a pool with a family. You maybe pick out of a hat, and then that's your guy throughout the whole show.
Oh, so you're not
Throw
like,
$10 in a pot.
Okay,
You,
random.
You don't pick random. So
Random,
you pull someone
gotcha.
out of the hat, then boom, then that's your guy all the way through. And if they win, you get the money in the pot. But it's a great show. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's very staged as well, so I could see where you don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's overrated. I think it's been on for a while, which, means people clearly enjoy it, right? But I think the hype behind it, especially now that you're getting far enough along where they have to try something new every season, it's
Right.
like, what can happen? And then this season, I know with the Bachelorette that they had to switch Bachelorettes, right? So, I don't even follow it, but what's crazy, it is really popular, especially on social media.
Right.
And, dude, people, that's a show people tweet about, are engaged,
I've
lunatics,
noticed,
man.
I've noticed that people who have recently been on The Bachelor or Bachelorette have kind of used that platform to go onto TikTok and make their own company. I mean, a lot of people go on the show to influence their own lives, selfishly. They're not in it for the love. They're in it for, musicians will go on just to showcase their music. Like Jed, all you Bachelor people out there. Jed went on and he made it to the finals and he won, but he went on for his music and apparently he had a girlfriend. But we're not going to go down that line. We're going to have a Bachelor show.
See, but now it just pops into mind too. I follow some Big Brother people on social media,
Right.
And they've moved into modeling,
Fitness,
especially if they're pretty.
personal
fitness.
trainers. That's a
Some
big
are
one.
funny, they're on TikTok. You remember Brett from a few years ago?
Yeah, Brett.
Dude,
I saw him.
I
the
see
other
Brett
day.
on TikTok all the time, and I'm like, I don't really care about you. Yeah, you were funny on the show, but Brett, get the hell out of here, you know?
Yeah, so it's a good show to get out. I mean, I like The Bachelor. I think
Okay.
it's very underrated.
Yeah.
Next one.
You said, you underrated. Oh, I'm overrated.
Do we know what underrated and overrated means again, Paul?
Yeah. Next one we got New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. I think it's properly rated.
I
I'm adding this. Properly rated.
I was just going to say the same thing, actually, that I think it's properly rated because I think depending on what you do, I think can determine the holiday and the atmosphere for you.
Right, so it's whether you want to. Well, you can do it. Well, you went to New York before for the ball drop, correct?
No.
I thought you did.
I've wanted to, and the only thing I'm nervous about is just the diaper stuff. It's the diaper, you're locked in for a while. The last couple of years, I've been kind of claustrophobic. I know that's not a place you should go if you're claustrophobic.
Yeah, no.
I think it'd be a cool experience and a once-in-a-lifetime thing.
It's going to be interesting to see how they treat it New York's been like a dead zone for this year.
Obviously,
they're not going to have
not
it.
happening this year, but for next year, curious to see. I mean, that's the most Times Square in general is the most densely populated area on Earth.
Yeah.
So
I could see where people think New Year's Eve is overrated though. If you're not a big partier, you're more not like a
an
social
introverted
person instead of extroverted. I could see where New Year's Eve is not your thing, but we're both extroverted people.
Yeah.
We're both outgoing, and we like to go hang out with our friends and party. And I think it's just properly rated because I feel like most people feel the same way.
And especially New Year's Eve, I think it's. But even for introverts, I feel like that's one of the.
But what would they do?
But that's one of the most like, that's like
They can,
known holidays that it's like, oh, everyone's kind of in on it, and we'll celebrate it, just because of that fresh start, so that new year, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
All right. So next one, what is it?
Did I overrate? What did I say? Oh, we said properly rated.
Properly
Dude,
rated. Both properly rated.
I'm already losing my mind.
Both properly rated on New Year's Eve. Go out, have a good time. It's got to be different this year, though. So find a small group of friends, be safe, and have a good time.
Next one, libraries.
Libraries. Overrated. Here's why they're overrated. I've gone to college, went for 4 years, got a degree, did very well, and I never once entered a library.
Okay, that's surprising.
You might be calling like BS, but it's actually true. I've never went into the library.
Okay.
And here's the thing, though, because a lot of people go there to go do their studying or their work, but I find it to be more of like a distraction with the people around me. Even though it's quiet, I can do the same studying, the same homework in my bed.
Okay.
So I really like people. I know people maybe like you, where it's like they have to feel like they're going somewhere to do work. Because if they're just laying in bed, they won't do anything. But I'm the opposite way. I think it's overrated for a library.
I think the library, I don't know. I feel like now it's more probably overrated. And I do agree.
Why? Because there's COVID there?
No, no, but like in college, I used the library. I didn't use it all the time because I personally liked being in my dorm room. I liked studying there, I think. But I did leave my bedroom. So like there was study lounges and stuff in the dorm, in the residence hall. So I did do some of my late night stuff at my desk in my room, but there were certain times where if something was like a long project where I really needed to be focused, I would leave the room. So like that's what I liked the library for, was just that like separate space that I'm forced to do shit.
Why is library on this list?
I don't know why, but especially now with like computers and like everyone's not reading books anymore, I think that's why I'm going to go that route. So I'm going to say overrated.
Okay. We both agree, overrated. So next one is conversing with strangers.
Underrated.
I agree with you, underrated.
Dude, something right now too, if you're on TikTok, one of the biggest trends right now is going on Omegle. Have you ever been on Omegle?
I hate those TikToks. I scroll right past them because
Really?
they're annoying.
Okay. You don't like what do you not like about it?
I just don't like how like most of the people go on Omegle to be like a joke and like to be assholes and to like say shit to people that they wouldn't say to their face.
Well, originally I remember Omegle as like,
there's cool stuff. There's guys who like will do magic to the
those.
strangers. They'll sing, but I'm not there for the guys who just like will start just flaming people.
Yeah.
I just don't see myself going on Omegle.
Okay, I've seen people do like, I think there was a channel. It was called like The Podcast, and they
real creative name.
Yeah, right.
The Podcast.
But they basically had two people too, like us.
Why didn't we think of that
right now? And they basically they would go on, and their guest would be the person on the other side. So like the person who would come up on Omegle would be their guest for like a minute, and they'd be like, "All right, we got a question for you. If you get
That's pretty creative.
If you get
That's
the question
fun.
Right, we'll give you like $1 and we'll send it to you."
I do like that idea.
But it was pretty cool. I like the musicians as well. The magician I saw is pretty dope. But dude, if you remember what Omegle used to be, I remember people used to go on Omegle because it'd be like, oh, maybe a girl will flash me, or like I remember like people would like men would show like
please
below
be hot,
the
please
waist.
be hot, ooh skip, please be hot, ooh skip.
No, but people
I didn't even know about Omegle.
People do that shit though. They'll be like, oh, you're ugly, skip. Like you won't even start the conversation.
That's what I'm saying. Like people are just assholes on Omegle.
Agreed.
But I agree that it's very underrated conversing with strangers. You went the Omegle route, but if you just simply sit down in a mall and just talk to someone on a bench, us humans, we learn so much from just one another, where if you just talk to someone for maybe 10 minutes, you learn something that you would never have learned in 10 years.
Dude, something with like strangers related, I used to do something with like a man on the street show. And something that we've talked about possibly doing like in the future with COVID, like maybe go to Philly or do some stuff like do questions of people
and harass
on the street. There you go. And I used to do like a man on the street show, and I would run up to people on a college campus and ask them questions. And it was super fun. If you ever watch Billy on the Street, that's kind of what it was based off of.
Yeah.
And that idea of like what people are thinking, and like that way you can get to a large like random stranger base immediately. And the stuff that people will say out of their mouths on camera is ridiculously funny.
Oh, it is.
So that's
people
that kind of
freeze once they get on camera. It's like name your favorite
Oh yeah.
president, and they're like, and they just can't name a president, or name your favorite woman.
It was like name two famous celebrity women, and like nobody can answer it. I'm like, it's very easy. Like it's anyone. He literally said anyone. But I think it's underrated because you can learn a lot, right?
Yeah, I always say like the best way to learn, and I said this with my work as I like work my way up through the chain, is like the best way to learn is just ask questions. Like if you just talk to people you don't normally talk to, open up your horizons and talk to different people who don't look like you, you can really learn a lot and help your brain process some more information.
Agreed. Next one. Cooking your own food instead of ordering out.
This is funny because I like just recently just thought deep into this.
Okay.
Not really deep, but I order out all the time. But
Me too.
But my mom was like, we order out like every Sunday to get food for like football, and she's like, oh, what do you want? I'm like, pizza, but it's like I'm not excited for it. It's like I can because I can make something at home, or I can like make up pizza just as good or something better at home. But it's just the sole fact of this laziness. It's just being lazy.
It's basically saying, hey, like, instead of spending a half an hour to go, because that's the problem, I think, with most recipes and food, especially our generation who, like, likes things quick, like, doesn't want to put in the effort, wants something quick. You're just going to order, especially, dude, delivery apps now. Oh, yeah. The fact that I blew my freaking mind.
The delivery fees are out this world.
Yeah, but like, blew my mind. Like, imagine 3 years ago. We didn't have Uber Eats or like DoorDash. That's only like 2-3 years old. Like the fact that stuff didn't exist, and now we're so accustomed to it, especially with COVID, dude, that having delivery was like super simple, that you didn't have to leave your house at all, made like cooking, like, I don't know, it was weird because a lot of people were like, no, we're not going to cook. But being stuck home made cooking a lot more desirable to people because they had more free time.
Because I was just sitting at home, and I was like, the food, especially that we eat out, like we're not high class people, so we're not going to like fucking 5-star restaurants. But this food we eat out is like we're only really going because we don't feel like making anything.
Yeah, it's just quick.
And we're spending money, and it's just like it's so overrated.
Okay, so overrated.
Overrated.
Wait, no. So the question is cooking your own food.
Cooking.
So you would be.
I'm underrated, but eating out's overrated.
Okay, yeah, I'm underrated too. I think that's cooking is something I've been wanting to get into, but it's a time variable. Right. I think. So definitely underrated. You can do a lot with cooking.
Yeah. Next one, flowers.
Underrated.
Yeah, they're underrated.
The impact flowers can have to an individual,
and they're so easy to get,
is incredible. Like. If you piss someone off, or you just want to do it out of an act of random kindness, like
that's when they're the
give
best.
Flowers to anybody, and they will be ecstatic.
Random flowers are the best, and it's really you don't realize how simple how easy the trip is to go get flowers. Go to Produce Junction. You can go to freaking Walmart, and they have good flowers there. $7. Just literally make one stop. It's just like you're stopping at McDonald's, but instead of stopping at McDonald's, go stop at Produce Junction or Walmart.
Yeah.
Grab a $7 flower bouquet and make someone's day.
Exactly.
You don't realize how simple it is. Yet I'm accustomed to not doing it all the time. Like I should do it way more than I should.
I agree. Definitely do so people to get flowers for are not just girls, but definitely like significant other. Your mom will always appreciate flowers, dude.
Yeah.
A grandmother, an aunt, dude. If you don't see your aunt that often and you like love your aunt, which you should, dude, get her flowers. Mine will be blown, like absolutely blown. I gave. My aunt's birthday was a couple weeks ago, and I gave her like something. I gave her a card, and then I gave her flowers. And we have a friend in town who's a florist, so we get these really nice flowers for a lot cheaper than what normal people would.
Yeah. Cool guy.
But I gave her these flowers, and she's like, "Oh my god, like where'd you get these from? Like these are gorgeous." And I'm like, "It cost me like $20," and it would blow people's minds.
And those are good flowers. Like if you just go run in real quick, it's like literally $7. We're talking.
If you go to like a convenience store or something.
Or you could pick your own flowers and make your own bouquet.
Dude, great idea. You don't want to spend the $7? Go to some person's house you hate, see what their flower bed, see if their mom does some, cool flowers, and just cut those right off the front lawn.
And say, fuck your flowers as you leave.
Whoa. Last one.
This is actually kind of funny, this one, because we started our show with sex toys.
I read some of these. This is the one I didn't get to, I guess. I guess I'll read this one.
Okay.
Underrated or overrated? The plumber's plot that precedes the actions in many of the world's porn videos.
I'm going to overrated on the plumber storyline in a porno.
Do you not think a plumber is attractive or a sexy profession?
No, here's the thing. I don't think it's realistic. Like, do these stories actually happen?
It's
where
porn,
a plumber
no.
comes over and then he hooks up with the wife?
That's like the pool boy, the famous pool boy story.
I feel like the pool boy stories and the plumber stories never happen. I mean, if they have happened to you or someone you know, let us know. But until I hear a story or until you guys hit us up about a story about a plumber going into another house or a pool boy, we're going to go overrated on this 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, I'm going to go overrated as well. Well, I think porn is just so funny where one of my favorite clips that was on Twitter.
Oh, getting frisky.
No, it was like on Twitter and something. It's a very famous clip. It's like, hope you don't drown at your beach. He's like, what are you doing here, lady? He's like, this is a beach. This ain't the beach. This is a bathtub. And it's just the lifeguard, the woman, like, in the pool. It's just so funny. So,
and I see that I don't know if it's just my own personal TikTok, but I've been seeing like scenes be acted out on TikTok. It's like the stepmom getting stuck in the window or the washing machine.
Yeah.
I'd be seeing on my TikTok. I don't know if that's like particular to me.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, TikTok basically gives you videos that you like. So maybe they know that.
But I don't like the plumber video. Plumbers are unrealistic and it's overrated. So get that out of here.
All right, so
switching gears to sports, Paul. We're shooting this on the Tuesday before Christmas. NBA season is starting up tonight. So I thought it would be cool to make some preseason predictions. And after my predictions, I'll be quizzing Paul on who that said NBA player plays for.
Yikes.
So have you been studying your NBA players, Paul?
I have not.
All right. And also, I'm not an expert, so don't be placing this bet like, oh, Ryan told me this. Oh, I lost the bet, so now you owe me money. No, it's not how it works.
Has that been happening to you?
No, it hasn't been happening.
Like to our bets, like when we lose?
No, it hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
So if you don't see me and I don't show up for like a show one time, then there's some concern there. So you might have to come find me. Someone might like jump me. So at that point, you would have to come get me. All right, so here we go. I'm going to break down the NBA awards that you see at the end of the season. All right, so for the first one, we're going to talk about Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
I'm going with the number 1 overall pick, LaMelo Ball. He's plus 400, bet $400 or bet $100, win $500. All right. We already seen him in the preseason. He's already better than Lonzo, in my opinion. Lonzo's got a bad jump shot.
Okay.
Have you seen the Lonzo Ball, like the Ball brothers on Facebook, their story?
No. I've seen, like who they are?
Like their reality show.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
They have like a reality show with LeVar Ball.
I know who they are. I mean, they've been around for a little while now.
Yeah, so we're going to go LaMelo Ball. I think he's better than Lonzo already. He plays with a lot of finesse, Paul. He's like really silky smooth.
His passes and stuff?
Yeah, he's really finesse with his passes. A lot of good passes. So the media loves that shit. So I thought it would play a very good role in him receiving that award for Rookie of the Year. So the media eats that shit up. Like, ooh, that one-handed pass behind the back, off the backboard. So I'm going LaMelo Ball, Rookie of the Year, plus 400. Paul, went number 1 overall. What team does he play for?
The Hornets.
There you go. The Charlotte Hornets. Do you know who they're owned by?
Yeah, MJ.
MJ. Look at Paul.
Whew. I know. So we've talked about like basketball. We've done some cool segments on the show before, like in the past, man. Like one of our first couple shows where you name 5 athletes and like I have to guess like what sport they are. And I would love to do that again because like my sport knowledge is there, but yeah, like I need a little more.
Yeah, your sport knowledge is there. I would say you're a little underrated.
Okay.
On your sports knowledge.
People think I don't know as much as I do, but I stay intact with it.
All right, next one. Most improved player. We're going with Michael Porter Jr. plus 1,400. All right. So if you've been watching the end of last season, he started to come around once he started to get some minutes when they were playing in the bubble. All right, his offensive numbers, he was putting up some massive numbers. They had a couple guys out. He was getting a lot of run, and he was putting up some like 30-point games, 40-point games. I like to consider his style to be kind of around Brandon Ingram's style, except that he's a better 3-point shooter than Brandon Ingram. But I think he's more natural scorer than Brandon. And Brandon won the award last year, Paul. Most improved. We actually did that quiz on the show.
Okay.
I asked you who Brandon Ingram was, and you got it right actually, and you probably still don't know. Do you know what Brandon Ingram is?
I got it right.
You got it right. Okay, he's.
Oh wait, is he on the
He's on the Pelicans. Anyone most improved player?
I dead ass thought that, but I'm like, you don't.
But we're going Michael Porter Jr. for most improved player from last year. I think he gets a lot more minutes. Hopefully, he improved his defense over this past summer, or well, not even summer. It's past like winter or whatnot. And Paul just broke his phone.
Just no, I wanted to check. I heard it drop on the floor. I was like, I can't wait the whole rest of the show to see if this
You
thing
look
is cracked.
so concerned.
It is not cracked. We're good.
Paul, we're talking about Michael Porter Jr. You can't be more concerned about your phone. But we're going Michael Porter Jr. What team does he play for, Paul? We're going for him for most improved player.
Pelicans.
No. He plays for the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, wait. We're on the next player?
No, this is the same player, Michael Porter Jr.
Oh, I thought you said...
Brandon Ingram plays for the Pelicans.
Oh, okay.
He won the award last year, and we're going with Michael Porter Jr. this year, who has a similar game to Brandon Ingram.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Paul's going to more downgrade for his sports knowledge.
I'll study my NBA a little bit more.
Okay,
for sure.
Should. All right, next one. Sixth man of the year. This is probably my least favorite pick. We're going Spencer Dinwiddie, plus 1,200. I like his teammate, Paul, Karis LeVert. You don't know him.
No.
But
clearly,
he's a better player in my eyes than Spencer Dinwiddie. But the problem is that he's probably going to be starting at small forward for the Nets. So to be the sixth man of the year, you have to come off the bench, Paul.
Okay.
So I think Spencer Dinwiddie, a couple others who were in the running were like Jordan Clarkson, Gordon Dragic, and I just like Dinwiddie over them because this award tends to go to teams that are good, and I think the Nets are going to be good. Do you know what two superstars are on the Nets, Paul?
Is that that's my question?
That's a question I'm mixing in.
Yeah, Kyrie and
there you go.
Kevin Durant.
There you go. So I think the Nets are going to be good.
There.
Dinwiddie's going to do how he's going to have a lot of usage on the second unit on the bench. He's going to get a lot of shots up, and I think he has a shot to win sixth man of the year.
Okay.
Do you know? Oh, well, now you know.
The Nets.
The Nets.
Thanks, buddy. I got you.
Well, I like the KD and Kyrie question better. So he's on the Nets. All right. So also I want to go back a set real quick. Michael Porter Jr. at plus 1,400. He's no longer plus 1,400. He's now the favorite.
Okay.
So I typed this outline up and I was doing these predictions. He was like the fifth guy on the list, and I wake up today favorite.
Nice.
It's like I'm the NBA awards winner.
Did you already
whisperer.
put it in? Did you?
I didn't actually bet it, unfortunately. So now I'm kind of mad about it. But I'm sharp, Paul.
Oh, yeah. Right. That clearly shows.
So we got three more here. Defensive player of the year. You know him. You love him, Paul. Ben Simmons, plus 1,000. All right. Talk about underrated. Ben Simmons is the most underrated defender in the league. He can guard 1 through 5, point guard, shooting guard, center, you name it. He's always been up there in the category of steals per game, and he's like 6. I don't know what he is, 6'8", so he racks up blocks as well. Plays heavy minutes, and he will finally have an opportunity, Paul, to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Nice.
What'd you feeling on Ben Simmons? You like him?
Cool guy.
Did you see the trade where they were requesting, or there was Harden? So there was some.
Well, it was basically
chatter.
saying that if Harden came in and played for the Sixers, like you're gonna have to lose either Simmons or Embiid, but most likely they're gonna want Simmons, like a Simmons package. I personally don't want Harden, and I think a lot of people from Philly don't want him. I think just with the current baggage that you see with him as well. He's a little big dude now, too. He gained a few pounds. But,
he does look a little chubby.
We'll see how he plays. But clearly, the problem lies in, like, his Harden's basically, like...
his respect.
With the organization.
Right.
So it's like, if you think he's going to come in and, like, try to destroy everything that, like, Embiid is kind of built and, like, try to take over a little bit, like, I don't want that. Like, I'd rather... With what the Sixers have done in the last couple months... and the players that they've added, the shooters that they've added.
Look at Paul.
That I think we're just better on that line. Like, let's not add Harden. Let's see what these players do.
I'm with you, Paul. I'm all about it. But I would take Harden. He's the best scorer of all time. I would take it. But I love the take. I love the knowledge, and it was beautiful. Okay. Ben Simmons, Defensive Player of the Year. Final two. I'm going MVP, Luka Doncic, plus 400. He's the favorite. Oh, well. I'm taking Luka here.
Nice.
Though I wanted to take Steph Curry. I'm a big Steph Curry guy. I love how he runs around like a little kid, throwing the ball up and just hitting threes. I love it. I just don't think the Warriors will be good enough. And I think usually the MVP is on one of the top teams in the league. I think Luka's a generational talent, Paul, and he doesn't fail to like amaze me on a nightly basis. Like he'll hit game winners, step backs, hoop-de-doo, loop-de-doo, and dunk it. Like he does it all.
He's cool. He's a nice player to watch for sure.
Exactly. So it's time to recognize like his greatness, and he'll be putting up monster numbers. And I feel like he will have like an MVP moment where it's like we'll see him do something that we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Within
the next couple of years, it's going to be nice to follow him.
And he's young as hell, which is weird, which is crazy. He's like 20, I think. I think he's not even like eligible to drink. Like have a Bud Light, Luka. Damn, you're dunking on 7-footers.
Yeah.
Shotgun a Bud Light one time, will you?
There you go.
Isn't that crazy though? How like NBA players or soccer players can win a championship, right? And then they go in the locker room and they can't.
Dude, that was the shit with who is it?
Oh.
Shaun White. Dude, when Shaun White won like Olympic gold medals, he was 18, and they were like, "Oh, you celebrating?" He's like, "Yeah," and he started talking about drinks, and the reporter goes, "Wait, what are you talking about? Like, you're only 18." He goes, "Oh, I'm talking about apple juice." You know what I mean?
I feel like they should get an exception. Like when an LSU college team wins and there's like freshmen on the team, it's like they just won the national championship. They can't have like some champagne or
That's
just like
annoying. That's gotta be
a
annoying.
beer.
Yeah.
Like come on. But I mean, I get the rules. I mean, I'm surprised the drinking age hasn't gone down to 18. I mean, this could be a whole other topic, but are we one of the last countries to have 21?
It's
as the
probably
drinking age?
some stupid political thing, like, but I'd be curious to see, maybe in 10 years or something.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, last one.
You
NBA champs.
You didn't ask.
Oh,
me.
I didn't ask you this. Did I ask you? I asked you.
But-
Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
Oh, so who's Luka Doncic play for, Paul?
Mavericks.
There you go.
I just want you to know that I know.
You're
you
right.
know?
That's my fault. I should have asked you, and good job. Good job, Paul.
I got you.
Last one, NBA champs. We're going to 76ers plus 2,000. You like it, Paul?
Is it a little bias, or is it?
See,
is it actual knowledge? Do you think
See, I think it's like actual knowledge.
combination of both?
I'll read my little breakdown. So I feel like it's really their year. So Ben and Embiid are like ready to win. They're ready to win now. All right, they've had time to feel out the NBA and what it's like to play with one another, right? So Doc Rivers, we added him in the offseason.
True.
We actually talked about him, I think, on one of
Yeah,
the
a
previous shows.
couple weeks ago.
I think he'll actually win Coach of the Year.
Okay.
Figuring out how to get this team to excel with Ben and Embiid together, and I think it'll be really appreciated. Obviously, the additions of Seth Curry and Danny Green.
Agreed.
The shooters. Danny Green has championship pedigree.
True.
What else do I have? Oh, Dwight Howard we added, and Maxey in the draft. Dwight Howard.
Dwight's gonna be nice when Embiid's off the floor.
Look,
like that's the
look at
best thing
Paul.
about it.
He's reading my mind. I said also there will be several monster Dwight Howard games
Okay.
when Embiid has to rest. Like we might see vintage Dwight Howard when Embiid has to take a little rest from eating too much Chick-fil-A.
Because that's the biggest problem is when the point differential when like Embiid's off the floor. Like that's what sucks when you just lose all those points. But having a guy like especially
Dwight
Howard like having that especially with the experience, the championship is nice and his experience with the playoff run.
I think he'll have
gonna
like
be
20 and 20 games, 20 points, 20 rebounds when Embiid's out.
He looked good on the Lakers last year, man. He looked good.
He's just a physical specimen, that guy.
There you go.
So there's my predictions, Paul. People at home, take it or leave it. You like them?
I like the Sixers. I'm a little biased, as whatever. But
we have to mix in some sports.
I need eventually, dude. Like the Sixers need to win, and they need to win with Simmons and Embiid. And like, we do say it every year, but I think with the addition of the shooters, the new coach, that kind of stuff, I think probably the best chance they had within the past like 5 years.
It sucks because I feel like Wells Fargo would be rocking like the open. I would have had tickets and had to be there.
Yeah.
But I really do think the Sixers have the best roster, and it just sounds like a homer podcast. But I think the Sixers do have a good shot.
No, that's
the
good,
Nets
man.
have injury problems. Kyrie have been hurt. Lakers, LeBron's I mean, he's gonna play, but he might be tired from last year.
That's true.
The
too.
Clippers have a weaker roster. They lost Montrezl Harrell, a couple other people. So I think that it's the Sixers' years. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think they'll perform well. We'll see.
So we had to mix in a little sports. We haven't had sports in a while.
No,
'Cause we had the holiday
We
shows.
did have a request from TikTok.
We
One of our
did.
first videos was like, "Yo, I need some sports."
So
there
there's
you
your
go.
sports. Some NBA advice. Some picks.
Next block we got. We're gonna talk about New Year's, right? And
Right.
New Year's comes, and what has come with New Year's? New Year's resolutions and new goals for everybody. So basically, we just want to talk about our goals, and we talk about it on the show a lot. It's just about like our goals and how they are kind of pivotal to us continuing to stride and like live our best life.
It's hard to set goals sometimes.
Oh, dude!
Like if you get a pen and paper, like I don't know what to write. Like I don't know what goals to set.
Dude, it's so funny. I mean, January 1st comes along, and everyone's like, "Oh, my New Year's resolution." I mean, I want to see the actual percentage of people that pursue those goals throughout the year, or even can like rename them. Like,
Right.
do you make New Year's resolutions?
I try to, yes.
Okay, did you make some last year? Probably, right?
Probably.
But you can't name what they are, right?
No.
See, I think that
No
like,
one writes them down.
and we've talked about how writing down goals will help because it like puts a physical stamp on it. It's like will help you pursue them.
Also, before we get into this, it's like I feel like a lot of people, including myself, specifically, is I write goals that are far-fetched, like goals that aren't accomplishable. In a short term,
you have good dreams. Like you have high
in
high
a short-term
expectations.
span.
Yeah.
So and then that kind of deters you at points throughout the journey. All right.
He's like,
Getting
oh,
deep.
yeah.
Damn it. All right, so we're gonna give you some tips on how you can help formulate your brain to writing some goals for you, because New Year's is coming up. The new year, as we talked about in the last show, new slate.
There we
All right,
go.
so number one is pursue a hobby, Paul. That's a good way to write a goal. Is write a goal that includes pursuing a hobby.
Well, yeah, if you are interested in something, so something that I started working at a golf course this year, and like I love golf, and we talked about it on the show before. But I really want to make like golf my main hobby. That it's like, okay, like whenever I have free time or something that I just want to focus on and get better at, like I want to go golf.
I feel like you've been doing that.
I have
recently.
This summer, I think was the closest I've done it.
You golfed more than I think I've seen you or heard you golf before.
So I think that's like good, and it definitely reflected in my scores. So if I can commit to that and play more often, and like go out, practice, go to the driving range, and like that's my hobby that I take my free time on, I think I can like get better.
100%. So just pursue, like we talk about it all the time. I mean, it's like a broken record, but just pursue it and like go and do things you don't usually want to do or usually don't ever do. So just pursue it. Next one.
Read more books.
Read more books, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to do this at all. It could be your goal. I mean, I'm all for you reading books. I'm not picking up a book and I'm not reading. It's not my thing. But at the same time, I get where the argument is it makes you a smarter and more intellectual person.
So what's your take on audiobooks?
I don't even think I've ever tried it. I think I would prefer to read.
But like, okay, so people, right now, what are you doing? You're listening to a podcast, right? Like you're listening to people talk. It's not your normal music. I've listened to audiobooks. I did it in high school. So like over the summer, right? You got to read your books for your
I watched the movie.
Right. The Hunger Games, bro.
Spark
Great
Notes.
movie. But like The Hunger Games was one of the first books that I did audiobooks for, and for Audible, and not sponsored, but Audible if you want to hit us up. But like it's some of the sponsors we want. But I think I do want to get into audiobooks a little bit more. Barack Obama put out like a new book, and I've always been interested to like read those. But again,
that's a big seller. I saw it on Target. It was like on the big stand in Target. Knew it was a big deal.
Yeah, I mean the president is one of the he's a big deal.
But that's the thing you're starting to see now. I'm not one to talk about books or speak on books, but I've noticed that a lot of people when they come out with a new book recently, they have an audio version.
Dude, but like Barack Obama's audiobook is narrated by him.
Yeah.
So like that's
Kevin
cool.
Hart does that too. Like his
does
book.
he?
He narrates his book.
Oh, that's
which I'm
nice.
sure takes takes a fucking long ass time. So that's dedication, hard work.
But that's cool, and that's maybe a way you get into reading a little bit more.
Maybe, Paul. I highly doubt it, but maybe. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Next one.
Set aside an hour of your day to achieve your dream. So this kind of goes hand in hand with pursuing a hobby. This was something I actually recently tried to do. Is just like I work and then I was trying to work out, which I don't do at all anymore.
That was a quick.
But I've been, as some of you know me personally, or on the shows, like I'm trying to like write comedy, and I've been working on it for a year. So I was just trying to think of like if I just dedicated an hour of my day to write comedy or just practice comedy or record some shit. Could you imagine how much content I would have?
Agreed.
And how much faster I would get to my goals? Could you just an hour a day, set aside, put your phone down, turn the TV off, go get into an isolated spot, and work for an hour every day? I would be comedic rock star right now, Paul.
And I would be great. It's enough time that like it doesn't take up like too much time in your day. It doesn't overwhelm you as well, which is really good. So just like the hour, and it's not too much of a commitment. So like even if you want to wake up earlier, be like, hey, like let me get my day started. So in the middle of the day I can do this, or like at the end of each day, a lot of people they might like work out after work. Instead of like, hey, like go sit down after work, go take an hour before dinner or something.
But I feel like you would have to pick the same hour of every day. Like every day, 5 o'clock, 5 to 6, this is it. Because then if you start going all over the place, then you're not on like a structured
That's a
schedule.
good routine to do like, something that I wanted to do for a while, and I've actually thought about it as my New Year's resolution, was that I want to just watch more movies. Like I want to basically, like broaden my horizon of like films that I should know about, right? So like
Titanic.
There you go. But like the old like Godfather films, or like certain films that maybe I don't usually watch.
Goodfellas?
Yeah, like that.
You never seen that?
No.
Yo.
So I
just saw it recently. I'm way behind. Even I'm not one to judge you because I was late to the party.
Yeah.
But things like that, I get it.
So basically, like, decrease my or increase my film knowledge.
Yeah, get out of the superheroes, Paul.
No, I like superheroes, and I like a lot of different types of films as well. But I think like expanding my knowledge and like going different genres and stuff too is a good like just expansion. You know what I mean?
I like that. But it's just like if you want to be a writer, you write an hour a day, you'll have a fucking book by the end of the year. You paint an hour a day, you'll be Picasso.
Okay, Picasso is a little more.
What else can you do an hour a day? You could work out 1 hour a day, you'd be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. You play the piano once a day, you're Mozart. You know what I mean?
You catching what I'm putting down here, Paul?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, what's the next one?
Spend more time in nature.
I'm not going to do this probably. I'm not a nature boy.
Did you write these down?
I think I got these from somewhere.
Okay. Because you don't agree with something.
Yeah, we're telling these people how to be goals, and I'm like, I'm not doing it.
But I think some specifically, I mean, they were saying like with COVID is basically in the summer we're less, I don't know what the word would be, like it's less chance of us getting it because we're getting more like vitamin D.
Yeah, well, your health goes up. You were just talking about this the other day. Oh, because you were like, do you take vitamins? I was like, no. Well, you should.
You're out in the sun.
Especially in the winter.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, Dr. Phil.
You're out in the sun a little bit more. So like, but I agree with nature. Unfortunately, like I don't like to hike. Like I don't know if you like hiking or like.
Do I look like I like hiking, Paul?
Like I'm not. I like to sit in my bed and watch a movie.
But I get it. I get going outside is good for your mental health. Or not even just your physical health, but also your mental state of mind.
Dude, taking a walk. I mean, I know a lot of people this summer, because of things being closed and stuff, people like started doing bike rides and they would go on a walk or they would go on a jog in the morning or stuff like that.
I admit, I have to get better in that aspect. I do.
And getting outside, yeah, good for your physical health and mental space too. So,
but when you say nature, I'm just thinking like in the jungle. It's like walking around the jungle with a Jedi sword, samurai sword. I meant.
There you go. Next one, learn a new skill. We talked about this with like COVID.
I don't know what I want to learn, but that's a good goal setter. Just learn something new.
Dude, I've been wanting to learn an instrument forever, but that just takes
a lot.
Mad dedication.
Hey, hour a day.
Yeah.
You'll be
Mozart.
Who's
like a really good like guitarist.
This is good. I can't say anything because if I say something,
Eddie Van Halen or something.
Led Zeppelin? Is that a band, or is that a guy?
It's a guy.
This is why you can't ask me things like that because I'm not good with that stuff.
Okay, become more confident. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
That's one you can get behind.
Yes, I can. I could probably tone it back a little bit on the confidence.
Okay. You need more to back it up.
But yeah, being confident in yourself will help you succeed in other aspects in your life as well. Next one, strengthen your personal relationships. Stop holding that grudge with your siblings.
Dude, totally.
Go talk to them. Go say sorry to your friend. Burn the bridges.
No, don't burn bridges.
Wait, burn
or build bridges. Build bridges.
I'm not good at this motivational stuff, Paul. I should let you just take away this segment.
I think that's a really good thing. It's probably one of the best things that he said in a while. But I am always one of those people. I grew up on not burning bridges with people, but sometimes they try to burn bridges with you. Like,
and then you have a bridge, they don't have a bridge. Then, then you build a new bridge, and then it's like, what are you getting at here?
But basically, like, like you don't want, God forbid, like someone passes away in your life. Like you don't want to look back and be like, oh, like I missed all this time with them because we were pissed off at each other. But also at the same time, like strengthen your personal relationships, but that might include cutting some people off. Like if you think people are negative in your life, I've realized that, and I'm not that good at it. Like I'm okay at it, but I definitely need to get better at it where it's like, okay, there are some negative people in my life, and I probably shouldn't be talking to you that much or like at all.
I hope I'm not on the cut list.
No, you're not. But like, yes. cut those people off because what that will do is that'll free up more of your time to dedicate to people that actually give a shit about you. You know what I mean?
But that's facts.
There you go.
You're just speaking facts at this point.
That's what I do.
Keep a journal. I don't keep a journal.
I just started doing this.
Did you?
It's over there. And
well, let's go get it.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's got like,
go get the sex toys while you're at it, though.
It's like 5 pages, and I just write down like things that I do every day.
A diary?
No, I guess it's more of a journal. It's just basically like writing things that I'm doing, so I feel productive, and I can go back and see like, oh, what have I done today? That. You know what I mean?
But I feel like if I were to do that, I'd be like, watch TV. That's it.
No, but like anything like you do with like your work or like like the last couple of days I was like, oh, I spent like this time getting Christmas gifts, and I spent wrapping, and then I spent like working on the podcast or like editing or
Took a shit.
yeah.
Sorry. See, I'm not good at this motivational stuff. But I like the idea of writing it down. Maybe I'll pick it up. I'll pick that up.
Do whatever. If you need to like express or like get shit out of your head, I think writing anything down, journal, diary, anything you want to do is a good
agree.
start.
I like that.
Second to last one we got here is work out.
Yeah, I gotta add this to my goals. I have to work out.
Me too, buddy. Both of us. Yeah.
I got a lot to say, but you got to work out. So my sister gets on me about my sister and my girlfriend. They're nurses. My girlfriend's soon to be nurse. They're just, you got to work out, right? You got to work out, right? I get it. All right,
Yeah.
it's easier said than done.
I agree.
But I'll get to it. Get to it with me. Maybe I'll start a workout page.
Oh, like an Instagram.
How entertaining would that shit be?
I think it's cool though. Like people who do well. I think if you do like okay, we'll see if
A
you
fitness
do it.
page.
But if you do
I'm
a
not doing
fitness
it.
page,
FYI.
I think what makes it cool is that you can see your journey.
Exactly.
And
I
the
feel like that's
thing
why
is-
people do it.
And having it like in almost like a journal, but it's like a digital journal where you can go back, you can track it, and then it forces you to post and forces you to like keep going forward.
Yeah. So I think those are really good.
And last one we got here is be more grateful.
Yeah, so I guess that's more so piggybacking off strengthen your personal relationship. Just be grateful about life. Like, don't worry about the past. Don't worry about the future. Live in the moment. Just be grateful for every second you have.
Yeah, a lot of shit's been like going down this year. We try to be positive, try to look on the bright side and be positive people.
Have a good day today.
But just be grateful. Yeah, have a good day. Be grateful, like people in your life. Be grateful that you're living, you're healthy, you have a house, a roof over your head. Maybe you have like a pet or something that keeps you company. Like
Exactly. Like the other day, I was being grateful. I was walking into the house and it was cold as balls out. And I was like, damn, it would suck to be homeless right now. And I was like, I'm grateful. I'm going into the heat.
Certain things will like put yourself in like perspective of like how grateful and like thankful you should be with your life. You know what I mean?
So that was it. Make your goals. Send them in to us. I mean, maybe I'll proofread them. I'm a good motivational guy.
That'd be cool. Like, if you're interested, maybe like if you're on YouTube, comment in the
what are your goals?
Yeah, what are your goals? Like comment in the
2021.
section below.
Isn't that weird? 2021.
Maybe we put this on TikTok and like comment what are your goals for
What's your
2021.
goals? What's your goals?
Last block we got here is
Hot takes. Ooh. We've done this before on the show, so Paul and I have done this. But we simply are just going to give a single sentence hot take, and you at home can either take it or leave it. So, Paul, you kick this one off. Let's start it hot. What's your hot take of the day?
my hot take. People who only poop at their own house. Just grow up. Just grow up, dude. Like, it's not that big a deal. You're going to hurt yourself. Grow up. And if you need to take a shit, take a shit.
I'm one of those people I only poop in my house.
Oh, no. Dude.
I've actually was at a sleepover. A little quick story. I was at a sleepover at one of my friend's house when I was in maybe 6th grade.
Oh, I was thinking like
It's
last
like
week.
it's like 1:30 in the morning. I call my mom. I'm like, Mom, come pick me up. I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Easy, dude.
She came pick me up. Because I had to go to the bathroom, and I wouldn't go to my friend's house. I won't go at like stadiums. I've gotten a little bit better, but I have to be at home.
The fact that, yeah, I've heard stories about that of our friends. I know we have a buddy. It was like us drinking over the summer, and we were outside, and he was, we've been drinking all day, and he's like, all right, like, I'll see you in an hour. And I'm like, what's going on? He goes, well, I got to go walk home, poop, and then come back. And I said, just go to the bathroom. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm not going here. Like, that's stupid. I live right down the street. I'm like, just go here, dude.
I hate talking about poop, but I've also never pooped at school. Ever.
Like,
not one time.
What do you mean? Like
at school, in the middle of a school day, I never went number 2.
Oh, I used to do it all the time.
Okay, I don't need to hear that.
It's, but exactly. But here's the thing, dude. Like, if you need to go to the bathroom somewhere, like, if you're out at your house all day, or like, yeah, you're at someone else's house, like, don't ruin your day and don't hurt yourself by like holding it in. Like, that's even worse. So just
because now it's a big thing about how like you better get home or make it,
and then it's gonna like fuck with your brain. It's gonna ruin your day. You can't enjoy what's going on. Like, just go to the bathroom, dude.
All right, that's Paul's hot take. Here's mine. Any kind of wine sucks and is not enjoyable. Cabernet, Chardonnay, not for me. Okay? Wine is not for me. It's not good. And people always say, hey, Ryan, give wine a chance, Maybe you're just having the wrong kind of wine.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, send me a bottle. I'll give it a go.
Okay.
And so if you listen to this, I'll give you my address. Send me a bottle. I'll try it out. And most likely I'm going to hate it. I'm not a wine guy. And I never will be. And I don't think I just can't sit there and drink it.
Dude, so wine for me hasn't been like, oh, I love wine, but getting like wine drunk is a different type of drunk and it feels great. It's like anyone will tell you that being wine drunk is just a different type of feeling and you don't really get you don't get too hungover, you don't get too sick, and it's just a good feeling like type of drunk.
It's not for me. White, red, rainbow.
Never.
I don't like it.
You've never been like slapping the bag?
I've done that. I mean,
Okay.
obviously I've done that, but I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
But then people we were talking about this at work. I was like, I don't like wine, and they're like, oh, you're such a child. I was like, you're just drinking the wrong wine, like all the wine connoisseurs out there. Like, no, I don't enjoy it.
Okay.
And I can't be the only one. So that's my hot take. I'm not a wine guy. Bud Light all the way.
Okay. We'll get them there.
Send me a bottle. I'll try it. I'll do a little video review.
That's basically the show. So thanks for listening. And as always, life's party. Life's always a party.
Music. Take us out.
Peace.